everyone. I am Melinda Nail Fanatic, and this is our Love, Peace, and Happiness Daily Tarot for August the 2nd, 2017. And I'm in the studio today. So, let's see what is the word of clarity that we will choose for today. Give a couple shuffles. Again, I say, if you don't know anything about the astrology of the days we're living in, go find an astrologer that calls to you and check it out. Man, some powerful transformations going on. Encouragement to truly embrace the divine self and express freely, and to implement the action phases of our life purpose. So I see how it's happening for me. Hopefully you can see how it's happening for you. The word of clarity that I just pulled for us for today is enjoyment once again. Awesome. I love the word enjoyment. I love what it tells us. And the bottom of the deck is the word healing. So we should be taking some pleasure in the healing we're receiving, and the pleasure we're taking is very healing for us. Pleasure is very healing. It comes from an energy of loving where we're at and loving our now, loving what we're doing, loving how we're being, loving the fact that we're being. So I'm gonna pull a flashcard from our Play School Flashcards deck, and let's see what comes out of that for us for today. One more shuffle and then I'll spread them and pull one. I absolutely want to thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you've got to get on my Facebook page, facebook.com/LPHtarot. That's where you're going to find the live streams at this point and all the full-length videos, because I just had too many hiccups with YouTube, and Facebook makes it so much easier. Water is our word of clarity. And if you're in Vegas, you'll definitely appreciate the water card coming out, because there is a great need to stay hydrated. It's so warm out there. But also, water is about emotions, and it's about being in flow. Because if you think about it, the water adapts to its environment, and so I am feeling a strong sense that we should be showing ourselves adaptable as our environment around us is changing. More importantly, though, our environment around us is changing as we're adapting internally and emotionally. So that's a beautiful message. The bottom of the card deck is the dog. He's the brown dog, so he makes me think of earth and groundedness. So loyalty is my key word when the dog cards come out. So I'm seeing that although there's a lot of emotional things going on, now is a very important time that we stay grounded, loyally grounded, for our own benefit, because as all this healing is going on, it's inciting so much change, and that change is being reflected in the situations that are around us. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tarot spread for the day, and we'll just see what comes out of the tarot messages for the day. Personal consultations with me are always by donation. And whenever you do choose me for a personal consultation, your name automatically goes into a drawing. So by getting one, you may actually get two. And those names stay in there indefinitely until I pull them. So at some point, the plan is that at some point you would get pulled. So anyhow, let's see what is the tarot message for us today. I feel like, okay, so we're moving on from a time where we feel that we were in some point of lack because we took an action yesterday, last week. Something we did recently is changing the way we're experiencing our life. I feel that we're learning how our actions affect our outcomes. We are being more persistent at following our inner guidance system, and that's really being highlighted today as we have both the Hermit and the Hierophant on the table as incoming energies. So it's about checking with yourself about what you are professing. Also, it's about making sure that as you're taking actions, they are in harmony with the higher, lighter, and brighter good. We do have the Hierophant, the Empress, and the High Priestess in our outcome for the day, and it's letting us know that we will be successful, respected, and accomplished today. We will have a day of prosperity, creativity, and inner sight. For somebody, a secret may come out today, and that secret for you could have to do with pregnancy or a surprise proposal for some form of commitment. So for different ones of you, that could equal into an actual relationship proposal or a business type proposal, an offer to some kind of commitment. So you and a friend could be getting together to collaborate on a community type of event that's going to increase that love, nurturing energy. It could also be opportunity within your existing job, career, or business to increase and augment what you're doing, increase your financial income. And I see that this physical change that's going on is really on our minds today. And we've really just had a lot of different things to consider. And so now we are really staying focused on what we're passionate about. We're getting through a lot of karmic blockages and bad habits, addictions, things of that nature. We're busting through those things at this time. And if you don't feel that you are, just know that you have the opportunity to. It's on the table for you as well. Emotional mastery is going to be key today because you may be dealing with some issue where there's a conflicted idea with another person. It could be a family member, a co-worker, or a customer. But this is saying by staying calm, staying the master of your emotions and the way you're presenting yourself, you're going to be able to get through it just fine. I see that there is a spiritual focus that is at play for us today. Like, we are going through a lot of changes in our physical world, but keeping that focus on our spiritual power, support, and skill is what helps us to get through the day. For those of you who are keeping your ears open for what signs come into play largely today, some of you may end up dealing with a Taurus at the end of the day in regards to any spiritual insight, advice, or beauty treatments. Also, some of you have a Capricorn person who is an influencing factor on something that you're dealing with at this time. And some of you will be having a feeling of walking away from a Virgo person today. And that's going to happen. If that's you, that's happening because you're sticking to your truth and you're not willing to back down, and you're looking for everything to get cleared up according to what your truth is. So you are taking the appropriate actions that harmonize with that. So you are doing everything in your power to really progress and move forward and get out of this rut. Like, there's some rut, and I don't feel like, you may not necessarily feel like you're in a rut. However, if you look at it generationally, It's something that's been perpetuating that you're moving away from. And in moving away from that, there may be a reason why you need to move away from this Virgo person, or somebody who's very much about themselves, somebody who is not open to other ideas. They're only willing to consider their own point of view, and they're not open to the healing that's on the table. They're not open to the healing that's on the table. They're very emotional, and I'm hearing the phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I'm also hearing it with the sub-sentence that, but some of us ain't old dogs, some are just old souls. So there's that. You could do with that what you want. Let me get into the money card. Let me pull these out and see what is the message we get. And we're going to be using this deck as usual, and I have to show that because I'm going to be reading it for you. I like to give credit where credit's due to the artists and creators of the deck. So let's see, I'm just going to pull. Okay, we have card number 23. It says, I am becoming more aware of my feelings about money. The back of the card says, many people protest when we explain the power of telling the story of their finances as they want it to be rather than as it is, because they believe that they should be factual about what is happening. But if you continue to look at lackful what is and speak of what is, you will not find the improvement of that desire. If you want to affect substantial change in your life experience, you must think thoughts that feel different as you think them. So it's a little bit uncomfortable at first when you begin to do a work like that. The first time you say, I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy, it may not resonate with you. It may not be comfortable, but it's about looking to that spiritual power to move on. And that spiritual power is to implement a new idea, because through our ideas is how we are working with that spirit. So we want to be open to implementing these new ideas for ourselves and really looking into telling our story the way we want our story to be unfolding. It is a powerful course of action for us. Let me just pull this other deck. Give me just 1 second. I have another deck of cards, but it's way over here. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let me just pull some tarot on the money deck, on our money oracle, that's telling us we need to start telling a story the way we want to hear it. And so granted, you may not go tell your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your cousin, your best friend, your mom, your dad, oh yeah, I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. Money loves me and it flows to me naturally because it is made of the same energy that I'm made of. You may not go tell them that because they may not be receptive to that. And a lot of times when the ones nearest us are not receptive to our forward, advanced, higher thinking thoughts, sometimes it's just best not to share those, because if they're going to squash your light and your belief out, it's better to keep it to yourself. And in that way, you keep that protected from external influences and other people's opinions and limiting beliefs, because chances are everyone around you are not in the same mind powerful state that you're developing or that you're living. Okay, so the situation with finances today is the Empress card we got. Yay! That says it's an abundant, prosperous day, that what we create, we will reap a great harvest from. So today, whatever work you have been doing, you should see some financial gains from it. Also, you should see some reward in the family life, whether that's a physical gift or a financial gift. I feel like for some of you, your roommate is going to pay their rent finally, or pay their rent early. The Seven of Cups at the bottom is the card of unconditional love, but in regards to money, it's looking at what opportunities are available and using your magical powers to say, if I